in dreams and trance and views before our eyes, in dreams and trance and views before our eyes, across the subtle visions in our field, wide rapturous landscapes fleeting from the sight, the figures the perfect kingdom pass, the figures the perfect kingdom pass, and behind them live a shining memory the trail. So the kingdoms of life, they pass in front of us, in front of us. How? In dream and trance and views before our eyes, like that, you see. Across the subtle vision's inner field, that is what the subtle vision sees them. Wide, rapturous landscapes fleeting from the sight. So the landscapes are fleeting from the sight, you see. The figures, the perfect kingdom pass, and behind them live a shining memory. So they, while they go away, what they do? They leave a trail of memory only. See, they are gone away, but that memory is there in front of us. Beautiful things of life are there. They happen to us, but they go away. But that memory still lingers in our mind, in our soul, always permanently, you see. And behind them live a shining memory, the trail. Imagine scenes or great eternal world. He's talking about those landscapes and all that thing, elaborating. Imagine scenes or great eternal world. Dream God or sense, they touch our hearts with their depth. Dream God or sense, they touch our hearts, and who they? They, of course, he has already defined here. The figures of the perfect kingdom. They stand for here, the figures of the perfect kingdom. Imagine scenes or great eternal world, dream God or sense, they touch our hearts with their depth. This day could also mean imagine scenes and eternal worlds. Imagine scenes or great eternal world, which is equivalent to, of course, figures of perfect kingdom.
Till now,
Huh?
till now, he prescribed things
Now where?
coming after. In 11 and 12 and 13, he is prescribing
Imagine scenes of
things
great eternal
coming
world.
after. For example, the 11, 33, 11, okay? He prescribed, and in the end, he
11, no? 33, 11. So, but near and real to the longing heart,
okay,
and to the body's passionate thought and sense,
okay.
are the hidden kingdoms of beatitude.
Yes. Here the subject is the hidden kingdom.
Kingdoms.
And the 12 also start to prescribe, and you go down, and 12.
Now,
12,
the hidden
12,
kingdom,
no,
figures of perfect kingdom.
12, number 12. 33, 12.
33 point?
12.
1, 3.
No, 1, 2.
1, 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the subject here, it's
In some close, unattained realm which yet we feel,
yeah,
immune from the harsh clutch of death and time,
okay.
escaping the surge of sorrow and desire, in bright enchanted safe periphery, forever wallowing in bliss they lie.
Who is the they?
They, yeah, well, here, hidden kingdoms of beatitude.
Okay. And 13, it's something else also.
Now, you see,
But I
basically,
mean, every time he prescribed and the subject in the end. So,
here you think it's also.
but now for the last one, the 14, he said the
Before.
subject is before.
Yeah.
It's my question. That's all. Can you explain to me?
no, but basically, that they are the same. Kingdoms of beatitude, and then the perfect kingdoms they are essentially the same. And of course here also, imagine scenes or great eternal world, what we see, you see. Imagine scenes or great eternal world. Now, there is really no or. Imagine scenes or great eternal worlds. It is not an alternative. Eternal worlds is not an alternative for imagined scenes. We imagine them, but they are always there as eternal worlds. Or dream caught or sensed, they touch our hearts with their depth. So these imagined scenes or eternal world, which are again linked up with the kingdoms of God, you see, earlier ones, you see. Dream caught. I will read this thing as a trochee instead of a spondy. Dream caught, not dream cut. Dream caught or sense, they touch our hearts with the depths. Last is an anapist. Yeah. Trochee, I am anapist. Unreal seeming, yet more real than life. They look to us unreal because they are not realities for us here, but they are actually more real than life. They really constitute life. Happier than happiness, truer than things true. If dreams these were or captured images, dreams to made false, us vain realities. If these are really if you want to call them as dreams, then our us realities, the facts of life which we experience here, they are vain realities. They have no value. They are not really real, see, in that sense. Unreal seeming, yet more real than life. It's a little complex sentence, but it is very clear enough also, see. Imagined scenes or great eternal world, dream caught. You catch them in dream. Don't see them at all, you see. Because he's still giving the picture of haze, nebula, all that thing. And it's a kind of an unreality of things, you see, that we see. Our sense, they touch our hearts with their depths. You see, what a beautiful thing. They touch our hearts with their depths. So they come with the full stuff, with full content, with the full meaning, with the stuff in there, you see, towards us. Unreal seeming, yet more real than life. Real life, that the kind of life we see, experience here. Happier than happiness. Happier. It is a dactyl. Long, short. Happier than I am. Ness, I am. Sorry, pig. No, then happiness, true, anapis, than, pig, things true, spondy. This is a dactyl, then than hap is an am, inness, pig, truer, then I will say that is also a dactyl, there is also a dactyl, you see. And then things true, spondy. So we have got two dactyls here in this line, you see. Happier than happiness, truer than things true. If dreams these were or captured images, dreams to made false, us vain realities. Why is he making so complicated construction? Why the language is complicated, the statements are complex, you see, like that. It is not to confuse us, it is to bring out nuances, shades of differences, variations of meanings and subtleties of presentation, you see. In a swift, eternal moment, fixed they live, or ever recall come back to longing eyes, calm havens of imperishable light, illumined continents of violet peace, oceans and rivers of the mirth of God, and grievous countries under purple sun, and grievous countries under purple sun. In a swift eternal moment fixed they live. Now this sentence, you see, this line, in a swift eternal moment fixed they live. Now what is fixed? It is not eternal moment which is fixed. See, eternal moment would mean a given frozen moment. So it is not that. Fixed stands for fixed there, live, or ever recall, come back to longing eyes. Fixed there, live, calm havens of etc. etc. Fixed there, live, calm havens of imperishable light. Fixed there, live, illumined continents. Fixed there, live, oceans and rivers. Fixed there, live, griefless countries under purple sun. This fixed here stands for the rest of the description. It is not for the moment. Now, see, the beauty is eternal moment. When you say a moment, it means it is a given instance. Yet it is swift. It goes away very rapidly, very quickly, that moment. It passes very rapidly, very quickly. Swift, eternal moment. Fixed there live calm havens, illumined continents, oceans and rivers and griefless countries. You see. Now he is talking of dream truth made false earth's vain realities. So because there are calm havens, there are illumined continents, there are oceans, rivers of mirth of God, there are griefless countries, therefore our realities appear vain. Our dream facts are vain in that sense, you see. That is the contrast between the two, you see. Now, you can see the difference in the quality of poetry. In a swift eternal moment fixed there live, or ever call come back to longing hearts. Or even the earlier line, unreal, seeming yet more real than life, happier than happiness, truer than things true. If dreams these were, or captured images, dreams truth made fall, us vain reality. Now these lines are basically, I will say, rhetorical lines. Rhetorical lines. They are trying to kind of emphasize some issue of them. They are rhetorical lines, emphasizing certain aspect of it. It's not a kind of a natural statement, you see. It is a rhetorical statement. Yes, it must be so, like that, you see, in that manner, you see, rhetorical line.